Hello, viewers. Tonight, or rather this morning, it's 4 a.m. Though I usually I don't know. Yeah, it's morning time. I've always been in the habit of not really feeling as though it's morning when it's dark outside, but yes, technically it's morning time. So this morning, I'm going to read chapter 4 of Claymore. We just got done reading chapter 3. It was not much happened. It was basically full of a fight scene. Alright, so the boy's hungry. So growl, rumble, growl. Okay. What is it? Are you hungry? Well, yeah. I mean, we haven't eaten anything since breakfast, and we've been walking all day. It's kind of strange you're not And looks like she sees something. Kashan! That sound effect, I'll never get used to it. Okay. Swoosh! Alright. And she throws the sword on a lizard, and I guess that's food. Okay. Interesting. Okay. It almost looks like an alligator in a strange way. But I guess it would need to be bigger. Though it has to be pretty big if this big sword just went, that far through it. But, boing, twitch, something. Whoosh. Will that do? Okay. Yeah, that's food. That's dinner. Okay. Crack. Flames crackling over the, or rather, under this, weird looking lizard. I brought some water. I guess she, yeah, I guess that's a, yeah, it's just M. Okay. I think it's done. It looks awful, but it tastes pretty good. Here's yours. Let's eat. I dried to rest, so it should keep us for a while. Okay. That's I read that in the wrong order. Okay, glug, chomp. And he's eating it pretty fast, and goodness. Chomp. Okay, she just eats a little bit. Thup. Guess he drops it. Are you done? Was it that bad? No, I'm full. Our bodies need very little. We eat once every couple of days. We can easily go a week without food and water. Oh, I forgot. I did zoom in. That's good. Which is interesting. During the last chapter, oh goodness, we got to see that her body heals, but, the flesh heals. When she got injured by that Yoma, her flesh heals, and the question would be, is it paraphysical? Is it paraphysical healing? Because that cannot be physical healing. Now, of course, people who write comic books, they don't have these questions in mind, or so you wouldn't think, because it goes against the laws of physics. It's what you would call supernatural paraphysical. Which is like, it's paraphysical phenomena, resembling physical phenomena, but without any recognizable physical cause. So there's no physical cause for how she's able to heal her flesh. Obviously, flesh that's injured, it needs energy, it needs matter. Even if you get hurt or wounded or cut. Just as people, animals, even anything that gets injured that has flesh that is physical, basically. Any type of creature has to heal and needs food and water and different resources to build back up. but somehow Claymores are able to heal in this sort of supernatural paraphysical type of way, where there's matter being, like, somehow their matter, the flesh is being repaired. But it's very strange. Which is why, personally, when I see this in the manga and the anime, it seems somewhat magical, it seems somewhat paraphysical, it seems somewhat supernatural. Interesting. But we see that a lot amongst comic book superheroes, manga. They don't explain things often. They don't. Okay. So they eat every once in a couple of days. We can easily go a week without food and water. It's enough just watching you eat like that. I'm a little envious, really. I guess that's what it's like to be human. Okay. Oh, she looks so normal up close. I thought she was just like me. But Claire's half Yoma. She's half monster, a silver-eyed witch, a Claymore. I wonder what she thinks of monsters and humans. Okay. Actually, I should have did the kid's voice more. Okay. I don't know. So, let's see. She's going to sleep. Where are you? Do not follow me. Okay. The toilet, I guess. And who knows how, often they... Very strange. I don't know. I mean, they try to explain the whole physiology of these people, these Claymores, in this manga and in the anime and so forth. It has never made sense to me, and regardless of how complex the system is, it still doesn't make sense. But you see that in most media. That is, in comic books and manga, they have some very strange concepts. Okay, and we'll see just how strange these concepts are, and how paraphysical it is. In other words, it resembles physical phenomena, but without physical cause. There's no physical cause that's, healing, and you could say, well, because she has Yoma blood, the Yoma blood is sort of reanimating, or rather repairing her body, but the way it works, we'll just see that it's just absolutely... I mean, there's no physical cause for that. You can't scientifically explain that by the laws of physics. So, in this manga, in the anime as well, they make it seem as though this is all physical, there's no magic or supernatural powers involved, but there's basically no other way to explain it. Other than the guy who wrote this, he wanted to convey something very specific, and he didn't really care to really be realistic, so to speak, or even make it seem realistic. How should it, I wouldn't know. But anyhow, here's the guy, here's the person from the organization. Well, how impulsive. Why did you bring a shot with you? He'll only get in your way. He's just a cook. He won't be in the way. Oh, you have a cook now. Sounds like something a human would do. And it's interesting because he said that she could do whatever she wanted, or she could go wherever she wanted, or sort of make her own decisions, but, they certainly do keep watch on them. Okay. Or maybe he reminds you of someone from your past. How sentimental. What did you bring me? Okay. Here. It's a brand new one. Thud. Okay. And and I just say this. I have to say that the clothing, and I've already said I'm not a fan of the clothing. I'm not a fan of the gut-ups and the outfits, and this wasn't really necessary, and this is how you can tell. I think I've never seen male heroes or male protagonists ever sort of received a sort of type of embarrassing type of treatment where, you have some male protagonists and somebody's giving them changes of clothes and you have to see it, and for all the foot fetishes out there you go. But anyhow, yes, it's I mean, I just put it this way. The armor is so banal, it's so boring to me. I mean, I know, the armor, it has no purpose to me. In my opinion, I mean, the armor just gets torn right through. What's the purpose of wearing the armor? It's just like I said, I like a more savage aesthetic with content, with media like this, I like something more savage. And of course, I guess she doesn't care about dressing right in front of him in the nude, and okay, I guess she's comfortable with it. I guess she's so scrawny, there's really not much to see. But anyhow, turn around, Claire. That looks pretty bad. Don't forget, even if the wound closes, if you get hit in the vital spot, you'll die just like a Yoma. The other one looks fine. You're okay for now. Okay, so they sort of look at their bodies and make sure they're not injured too badly. I wonder what the boy would think if he saw you like that. Kashink is putting on or rather, I don't know what the Kashink is for. I guess it's metal, or I don't know. You shouldn't be so impulsive. Get attached to him and you will be the one who gets hurt. Oh, I have something else for you. Flip. She's looking back. Oh, she's surprised. A black card? It can't be. Why me? It had to be you. She asked specifically for you. Thwap. Okay, here's the card. Check the contents yourself. Okay. Here we go. I don't know. The outfits look so corny to me. They always will, and I will always say it. I mean, to me, it's very uninspired, and I mean, everything, it looks too uniform. It looks too uniform. And I will say that the manga and the art style and the anime, I don't know. I mean, as far as impressions go, when everyone sort of dresses, and like all the Claymores dress in the same outfits and sort of a uniform isn't always good in terms of aesthetics. In terms of aesthetics, sometimes it's good for characters to stand out and not just look like other characters, but hey, okay, I have my own preferences. As for the esoteric, occult significance of this symbol, I cannot really say. It looks somewhat like Claire's symbol, but it is also branching off. I just say this, I have to be doing research in regard to this stuff. Maybe I have to do another blog. I try to decipher symbolism. In media, oftentimes in anime, manga, movies, video games, you see a great deal of symbolism. I don't know what this means. So I can't give any commentary about that. Maybe one day I'll look it up. Okay. She sure has been gone a long time. Must be taking a big one. Hey, you're back. I dried the rest of the meat, so if you ever want me, just let me... Okay. Alright, look serious. Tomorrow we're across Mount Shire. Be ready to move out first thing in the morning. Oh sure. Okay, here we go. They're walking there. Okay, footstep noises. Tup, 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 tup. Okay. Hey Claire, can I ask you something? Are we going after a Yoma? No. My job today is to take down someone you would call a Claymore. And I have to say, I mean, they don't call themselves by any names because, yeah, what do they call themselves? I mean, there's just so much, I don't know. The writing, I know that was a plot device, in other words, to sort of separate them from the commoners, but it doesn't make sense. Because, I mean, you have to be known by something. The whole anime series and the manga series is called Claymore. So obviously, anyhow, my complaints once again. But why? One of your own? Why do you have to do that? You do know that we're half monster, right? Well, yeah. In our bodies, we hold the power of a Yoma and control it with our human minds, which preserve our identities. We're basically monsters with human heads. That's what they mean by half human, half monster. Even though we're half-breeds, we side with the humans and kill Yoma. We are humankind's greatest weapon. Before we existed, humans were powerless against the Yoma. But by using the Yoma's own power, they could finally defeat them. And we will, later on in the series, we see that we'll see something that has to do with the whole creation of the Yoma and where they came from. And I mean, that will give this whole statement more context and show just how ignorant she is. Okay. Anyhow, there's one big drawback. Half-breeds eventually become full-blown monsters. Huh? But that means if we lived like normal people, it wouldn't be a problem. But the more we use the Yoma's strength and abilities, the closer we are to becoming monsters. There's a tug-of-war between our human minds and our Yoma bodies. At some point, the human mind breaks down and we turn into a full-fledged Yoma. To prevent that from happening, our organization has a plan. We use this. It's called a black card. Okay. And every Claymore has a symbol. They have a different symbol. This is like the symbol around your neck and on your sword. That's right. They don't really explain the series in the manga. I'm sure they have some type of meaning. But myself, I'm still studying symbolism. There's much I don't know. So I don't know the real world context behind the symbol. I know Claris looks somewhat like a trident. That can be associated with Indra, Satan, and some other, Neptune, and some other figures. Religious figures. Anyhow, let me see, what is that noise? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I hope that noise has not been playing in the background for very long. It was sort of a squeaking noise. A problem with my speakers, obviously. Alright. When we're sent out to work, we're given a unique mark. It represents our name and identifies us with the organization. And the hilts of our swords carry a black card. When we know that our human mind has reached its limit, and we're sure that we're about to turn monster, and we've made up our minds to die as a human, in human form, we send the black card to the one we want to be killed by. Okay. Absolutely terrifying for this little boy. He's confused. Okay. Alright. Then, who sent you that card? Do you know them? Her name is Elena. We joined the organization at the same time. We comforted each other in our darkest hours. When our bodies were transforming and were racked with pain, we'd hold each other at night so we could sleep. And clank. Okay. Oh no. It looks like she came early, before the boy could run. Oh goodness. It's been a long time. Hello, Claire. Elena. You haven't changed. You look just like you did back then. I thought you'd be more distorted now. I'm forcing it back to meet with you. How long has it been? It feels like ages, but I remember it like it was yesterday. There was so much pain back then, but for some reason I can only remember the good times. I spirited this... Oh goodness, what am I talking about? I almost said I spirited this away. Oh goodness. Okay, I started this job after you. I never thought I'd end up like this before you did. It's no good. And I have to say, melodrama in manga and anime is more apparent than most forms of media. Not to say that you can't find it in K-drama and Korean dramas and other such things. It seems as though East Asian media is very good at sort of tugging your heartstrings and emotions and sort of making you feel a bit sad or conflicted or confused, or like, oh wow, this is so cruel, it's so terrible, the cruel world, this is so awful, you know. I don't know. But anyhow, let me continue. I mean, but I suppose this was supposed to be a very emotional scene. But if you're just reading the manga, then I mean, I think anime is better at conveying emotions than, because the voice actors are better at conveying emotions than just reading things. But I mean, this is supposedly supposed to be one of the emotional scenes where you realize, oh, they're turning into monsters, they have to fight back their monster side. Okay, you have to control the demon, you have to control the Yoma, which means evil spirit. And basically you get taken over by the evil spirit, and you know, you have to master it, you have to control it. That concept, that dynamic, is being presented to us, the viewers, and to very young, well, I don't know if it's being presented to very young viewers, but kids watch this stuff at very young ages. People read so much. I mean, there's 12-year-olds reading Berserk, which I don't know who would let their 12-year-old read something like Berserk or this, but hey, I mean, these are the ideas that are being spread around, that are being shared to the public. So anyhow, let me continue to read. I thought that taking on the Yoma's power would give me strength, but to control it, you have to have a strong human heart. So, please, hurry, do it while mine's still human. Okay. Claire, stop! Don't do this! Oh my goodness. She's your friend, isn't she? You can't do this. Claire. Oh, right. Claire. Oh, she's saying Claire. Claire. Okay. No, please. She's your friend. You can't. Please don't do it. Okay, we have this whole thing. Okay, and she kills her because she's gonna turn into a monster if she doesn't do it. Ah! Thank you, Claire. Now, I can die as a human. I mean, okay. Swak. Really melodramatic in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, sob. Oh goodness, oh no, this is so terrible. Which, truth be told, if a person was a little boy and they had to see stuff like this, I imagine they would be crying. I imagine it would be a natural response to have, considering. Okay, Elena, she joined the organization the same time I did. We comforted each other in our darkest hours, when our bodies were transforming and we were racked with pain. Okay, this is flashback. All of this stuff is flashback, so I'm saying the same stuff over. It's flashback. Okay, we'd hold each other at night so we could sleep. Okay, and from the time I joined the organization as a child, she was my only friend. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, goodness. Why? But why? If it's so painful, why do you fight the Yoma? If you didn't fight, Elena wouldn't have had to die, and neither would you. Okay. For us, that is our reason for being. Okay, this is chapter 4. So this shows the dynamic that they show in this anime, the implication of you have to fight the demon, you have to control the demon, you have to really master the demon, you can master the demon, you can gain mastery over it, but the demon takes over. This whole idea of you fighting your human nature and your demon nature. I don't know. I mean that's what's being presented to the young viewers and really any viewers. So They treat it as though it is a necessary evil that needs to be done. We're going to learn more about that. We're going to, as we go through the story, we're going to see some of the nuances that this author presents. Yes, this one was a bit more interesting than chapter 3. But I mean, we will most certainly be going along. A lot of these chapters are very short. This might not very well take me very much time to finish this manga. But yes. So some of us have different opinions about our more baser and carnal instinct and savage instincts, which was a good conversation that I had with a viewer of these Claymore videos named Blood Moon, and which you may want to take a look at in some of the earlier comment forums. But yes, the whole idea of trying to control this sort of demonic side, it's not necessarily animalistic, more as it is sort of demon-like, alien-like, something inhuman, something that isn't natural, something that is very, very sort of at odds with your humanity. But we're going to see that there's some different ideas that they're going to try to present to us, and even try to sort of impress upon our minds. And we're going to see the different implications that this whole concept of the demon, the evil spirit, the Yoma, in this context reified into its sort of physical flesh, a physical parasite that is in you that turns you into something else. We're going to be reading and understanding, or rather, we're going to have to we're going to meditate more upon these contexts, or rather the context of this, to be entirely honest. But, oh yes, very, very interesting. I don't know if I will be reading, I'll probably be reading a different manga eventually, just to basically mix things up. And I think I'm going to be getting the screenshot for this video. Actually, this is the screenshot that's going to be. Yeah. Okay. This might be a good screenshot. Yeah, that might be a good screenshot. Okay, folks. Bless ye and farewell.